Giles Montessori and School. Contents of the video, from NBF English Grade 9 Book, Unit 9. Meanings of difficult words of poem and parts of stanzas as well. Post-reading questions. Reading and critical thinking answers. Meanings by words. Rise, uthna, to move upward. Golden, sunahari, having the color of gold. Anchored, langarandaz, fixed in place like a ship. Cockatoos, cockatoo totai, a type of large parrot. Crusoes, Crusoe, name of Robinson Crusoe. Crusoe is used for a person who is stuck up or is lonely. Robinson Crusoe is a shipwrecked sailor who ends up stranded on a deserted island for many years, facing various challenges and learning to survive in isolation. Mosque, masjid, a place of worship for Muslims. Minaret, minar, a tall tower attached to a mosque. Sandy, reetelai, covered with sand. Great Wall, Azim Diwar, a famous long wall in China. Hum, gungunana, a continuous low sound. Spire, minar, a tall pointed structure. Coconuts, nariyal, large tropical fruit with a hard shell. Negro, Opshi, an outdated term for people of African descent. Huts, jhompadiyan, small, simple shelters. Naughty, pechida, full of knots or difficult situations. Crocodile, magarmach, a large reptile that lives in water. Blinks, aankh jhapakna, to quickly open and close eyes. Nile, Nile, a famous river in Egypt. Flamingo, flamingo, a pink-colored bird with long legs. Hunting, shikar, the act of catching animals for food. Jungle, jungle, a dense forest with wild animals. Man devouring, insan khanaye wala, something that eats humans. Lying close, kareeb laitai, resting near something. Palanquin, palki, a covered carriage carried by people. Deserted, viran, abandoned or empty. Caravan, kafila, a group of travelers with camels. Gloom, andhera, darkness or sadness. Dusty, dhul bhara, covered in dust. Festivals, tewar, celebrations or special events. Sweep, fakir, a poor or homeless person. Spark, chamak, a small flash of light. Ancient, kadim, very old or historical. Meanings by parts of poem stanza. Golden apples grow, sunahari se bukte hain, a reference to mythical or rare fruit. Parrot islands anchored lie, Totten ke jazire langar andaz hain, small islands where parrots live. Cockatoos and goats, cockatoo totai or bakriyan, a type of parrot and farm animals. Lonely Crusoes building boats, Tanha Crusoe kashti bana rahe hain, reference to Robinson Crusoe, a shipwrecked man. Eastern cities, miles about, Mashriki shahar meelon tak phailaye hue, large cities in the east. Mosque and minaret, masjid or minar, Islamic places of worship and tall towers. Sandy garden set, reetelai baghat bane hain, gardens in dry, sandy areas. Rich goods from near and far, karibodo se कीमती ashya, expensive items from different places. Hang for sale in the bazaar, bazaar में फरोख्त के लिए लटकाए गए, displayed for selling in a marketplace. Great Wall round China, चीन की दीवार के अरन तरफ, the long historic wall in China. On one side the desert blows, एक तरफ सहरा की हवा चलती है, the wind blows over the desert. Bell and voice and drum, घंटी, आवाज और ढोल, sounds of a lively city. Cities on the other hum, दूसरी तरफ शहर गुनगुनाते हैं, cities buzzing with activity. Forests, hot as fire, जंगलाता की तरह गरम, very hot and humid forests. Wide as England, England जीतने वसी, as large as the country England. Tall as a spire, मीनार जितना ऊंचा, as high as a church tower. Full of apes and coconuts, बंदरों और नारियल से भरे, filled with monkeys and coconuts. Negro hunters' huts, obshi शिकारियों की झोंपड़ियां, small homes of African hunters. Naughty crocodile, पेचीदा मगरमच्छ, a rough and scaly crocodile. Lies and blinks in the Nile, दरियाई नाइल में पैरा आंख झपकता है, a crocodile resting and blinking. Red flamingo flies, सुर्ख फ्लेमिंगो परवास करता है, a pink colored bird flying. Hunting fish before his eyes, उसकी आंखों के सामने मछलियों का शिकार, flamingo catching fish. Jungles, near and far, जंगलात, करीब और दूर, dense forests spread over distances. Man devouring tigers, इंसान खनाए वाले शेर, tigers that attack and eat humans. Lying close and giving ear, करीब लेटे और सुनाई को तैयार, listening attentively while resting. Lest the hunt be drawing near, कहीं शिकार करीब न आ रहा हो, fear that hunters are approaching. Come or by be seen, गुजरने वाला देखा जाए, a passerby is noticed. Swinging in a palanquin, पालकी में झूल रहा है, being carried in a decorated seat. Among the desert sands, सहरा की रात में, within the dry sandy land. Some deserted city stands, कोई वीरान शहर खड़ा है, a city abandoned long ago. All its children, sweep and prince, उसके तमाम बच्चे, फकीर और शहज़ादे, both poor and royal children of the city. Grown to manhood ages since, ज़मानों पहले बड़े हो चुके, became adults long ago. Not a foot in street or house, गलिया घर में कोई कदम नहीं, no one left in the city. Not a stir of child or mouse, ना बच्चे की हरकत, ना चूहाए की, complete silence in the place. When kindly falls the night, जब रात मेहरबानी से उतरती है, when peaceful night arrives. In all the town no spark of light, पूरे शहर में रोशनी की चमक नहीं, no lights in the abandoned city. I'll come when I'm a man, मैं आऊंगा जब मैं बड़ा होऊंगा, the poets dream of traveling when older. With a camel caravan, ऊँटों के काफिलाए के साथ, traveling with a group of camels. Light a fire in the gloom, अंधेरे में आग जलाऊंगा, making a fire in darkness. Toys of the old Egyptian boys, पुराने मिस्री लड़कों के खिलौने, ancient toys left behind. Explanation of poem stanza-wise. Stanza 1, lines 1 to 9. Explanation. This stanza talks about the boy's wish to travel. He wants to go to places where special apples grow. He imagines islands with parrots and also thinks of lonely people like Robinson Crusoe building boats. He pictures sunny cities in the east with mosques, places of worship. It's all about faraway, exciting places. Stanza 2, lines 10 to 18. Explanation. Now the boy imagines traveling to places with sandy gardens and markets, bazaars, where they sell nice things. He thinks of seeing the Great Wall of China and the desert nearby. He hears the sounds of cities with bells and drums. He also pictures hot, huge forests full of monkeys and coconuts. Stanza 3, Lines 19 to 27. Explanation. This stanza describes even more exciting and maybe a little scary places. He thinks of huts where hunters live, crocodiles in the Nile River, and pink birds, flamingos, catching fish. He imagines jungles with tigers that might eat people. Stanza 4. Lines 28 to 36. Explanation. Here, the boy pictures an old, empty city in the desert. Everyone who used to live there, even the children and princes, has grown up and gone away a long time ago. The city is quiet, no people, no animals. At night, it's completely dark. Stanza 5, lines 37 to 44. Explanation. Finally, the boy says that he will go to these places when he grows up. He'll travel with a group of camels. He'll make a fire in an old, dusty room, look at the pictures on the walls, and find old toys. This stanza brings the poem back to the boy and his dreams for the future. Short summary about poem travel. A young boy dreams of traveling to many exciting and faraway places. He imagines real locations like China and Egypt, mixed with fantastical elements like lonely islands and jungles full of tigers. He wants to see amazing things, from golden apples and colorful parrots to ancient cities and bustling markets. His dreams are full of adventure and a strong desire to explore the world. The poem captures the wonder and wanderlust of childhood, the longing to escape the ordinary and experience the unknown. Post-reading questions. In this poem, the writer tells about the strong wishes of a young boy who wants to travel to real and made-up places. What are your thoughts about his big dreams? The boy's dreams are truly big, but in a great, imaginative way. He doesn't just want to see real places, he wants to feel the exciting and adventurous parts of those places. He mixes real locations, China, Egypt, the Nile, with things that feel almost like a fairy tale, lonely crusoes, tigers that eat people, empty cities. His dreams show a strong desire for adventure, a curiosity about the world, and a wish to get away from the normal. It's a beautiful showing of childhood's wish to wander and the strength of imagination. Do you have the same strong desire to travel to faraway places? The poem Travel makes me really want to see the world. Just like the boy in the poem, I feel a strong pull towards faraway places, both real and made up. The clear pictures of exciting locations, from islands with parrots and eastern cities with mosques to the dusty remains of old civilizations, make me really want to see these amazing things myself. The poem's feeling of adventure, the excitement of finding new cultures and lands, and the lovely idea of travel changing a person all make this desire very strong. Just like the boy dreams of joining a camel group and looking around old cities, I also want to go beyond where I know and be part of the many different things that make our world so interesting. The poem reminds me of all the great chances that travel offers. The chance to make my world bigger, and to connect with the many different stories and experiences that make our planet so wonderful. Reading and critical thinking. Q1. How does the poet describe the allure of travel in the first stanza? Answer. The poet makes travel sound exciting by describing faraway places with golden apples, parrot islands, and lonely people building boats. It feels sunny and adventurous. Q2. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? Answer. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABCB. This means that the second and fourth lines of each stanza rhyme, while the first and third lines do not have a set rhyme. Let's look at the first stanza as an example. I should like to rise and go. A. Where the golden apples grow. B. Where below another sky. C. Parrot islands anchored lie. B. See how grow and lie rhyme. They are the second and fourth lines. Go and sky do not rhyme. This pattern, second and fourth lines rhyming, is repeated in every stanza of the poem. Q3. What are your thoughts about the imagination of an innocent young boy who wants to explore the world? Write a few lines about it. Answer. It's wonderful. The boy has a big imagination and dreams of exciting adventures. He wants to see so many different places. It's great that he's curious about the world and wants to explore. His dreams are fun and show how much he wants to learn and experience new things. Q4. What is the central theme of Robert Louis Stevenson's poem Travel, and how does the poet convey this theme through the use of poetic devices? Answer. The main idea of the poem Travel is a child's strong desire to explore the world and have exciting adventures. The poet shows this by using vivid descriptions of faraway places. For example, he uses imagery to paint pictures in our minds of golden apples, parrot islands, and eastern cities. He also uses comparisons, like saying forests are wide as England, tall as a spire, to help us understand how big and impressive these places seem to the boy. These poetic devices help us feel the boy's excitement and longing for travel. Q5. Which figurative device is used by the poet in the line wide as England, tall as a spire? Explain briefly. Answer. The poet uses a simile. A simile compares two things using like or as. Here, the size of the forests is compared to the width of England, and their height is compared to a church spire. It helps us imagine just how big and tall the forests are. Q6. Analyze the poem with the help of starters given below. Answer 1. In the first stanza, the poet talks about the boy's desire to travel to exciting and faraway places. He describes some of these places, like islands with parrots and cities in the east. Answer 2. The tone of the poem is imaginative and adventurous. It feels like a child's dream, full of wonder and excitement about the world. Answer 3. The concluding lines talk about the boy's future plans. He says that when he grows up, he will travel to these places himself and have his own adventures.